header because the All-African Games is also at stake, in this one. But qualifying for the AfroBasket really is the biggest prize because the qualifiers for the AfroBasket will determine, qualification for the Rio Olympics. So there's a lot to this game, as we want to call it. Some people might say it's just Burkina Faso there. There's a lot at stake. Any slip up, it will just be kissing the Rio Olympics bye-bye. But I'm sure these guys are good enough. They've been in camp for so long, although there's been a recess this week. They'll be resuming back on Sunday, to ensure that their preparation is on top gear. But the coaches are talking very tough. They say they are ready. In fact, they've overtrained. They really want to play that. Burkina Faso seems to be scared. That's why they've been pushing the dates. But finally, the date is out. So on the 15th, we'll be taking on Burkina Faso in
Ouagadougou, and then they'll be coming back for the return leg, I think.
Yes, in Lagos on the 25th.
That's 10 days after.
Yes.
10 days after. But just hold your thoughts around Youth Alive. We'll come to talk about Youth Alive now. Let's quickly dash to Washington. Where else do you dash to Washington and then come back to Lagos, if not Sports Tonight? If not Sonny, our good friend Sonny Young, who is joining us from Washington via Skype. Always a pleasure to have him with us on Sports Tonight. And we'll be connecting with Sonny now. Sonny, is Sonny there for us?
Yes,
yeah, that's the guy. Otumba Sonny Young, thank you for joining us on Sports Tonight. What's going on, Sonny?
Yeah, hello to you and Femi and my friend Austin. I heard Austin earlier. I loved your line, Toyin, about Pacquiao and Mayweather, how these things sort of like just keep dragging out forever and ever. But yeah, I am looking forward to that fight. But also, things are sort of heating up in the NBA. I heard Femi talking about Nigerian basketball. In the NBA, we had some great matchups coming up, Toyin. Tonight, the Oklahoma City Thunder, they visit the Chicago Bulls. Both teams not quite 100% healthy. The Bulls have had some injuries. Their star guard, Derrick Rose, recently had knee surgery. They're also without Taj Gibson. He's one of their leading scorers, as well as Jimmy Butler. The Thunder is without Kevin Durant. He's expected back next week. He had some foot surgery. And their star guard, Russell Westbrook, he had a cheek fracture in a game, and he's expected to play tonight. So those two teams, they're trying to get healthy ahead of the playoffs.
Atlanta Hawks against LeBron James and the Cavaliers. Sonny, that's a massive matchup tomorrow. What can you tell us about that game?
Yeah, great matchup, Toyin. Last week I picked LeBron to beat the Warriors, and they did. I think I'm going to go with the Hawks on Friday night, mainly because they're playing on their home court in Atlanta, and they've also been playing some really good basketball, Toyin. They're really the epitome of a team. They share the basketball, they move it around the court, and so far they've had a lot of success. 48 wins, 12 losses. I think they can go far in the playoffs.
Well, talk to us about the matchups and your prediction. Last week, you got it spot on. Where are you putting your money? Oklahoma City Thunder, Chicago Bulls.
Well, for that one, I'm going to go with Chicago. Mainly, Toyin, because Oklahoma City doesn't have Durant. He's not ready to play yet. They think he'll be back next week. And I'm going to go with Chicago. And they're going to be playing on their home court. I want to give a shout out to Pau Gasol. He and his brother Mark Gasol are having great seasons for their teams, Toyin. I think they're having maybe one of the best seasons ever by two brothers in the NBA. Both selected for the All-Star game to start. Mark Gasol last night made a last-second shot for the Grizzlies, and they beat the Houston Rockets by 2 points, 102-100. Mark Gasol had 21 points in that game. Two really good Spanish players.
Well, Sonny, there's a little secret. Sunshine Stars are trying to get the replica jersey across to you. So that one day, while speaking to us via Skype, you'll be putting on Sunshine Stars jersey. They're working on it, Sonny. It's a little secret. I'm letting it out just to let you know that very soon you should be putting on a Sunshine Stars jersey.
I would love to wear a Sunshine Stars jersey, Toyin. I would love it. I would love to wear that.
Thank you so much for speaking to us tonight, Sonny. We'll see you again next week.
All right, thank you, Toyin, and hello to all my Sports Tonight viewers. Good to see you again.
All right, so that's our good friend Sonny. Brings plenty of sunshine anytime he gets to talk to us from Washington. Of course, I'm sure that the management of Sunshine Stars will really live up to the promise of getting a very clean and good replica jersey of the club across to Sonny Young in Washington, so that one of these days you know that you have an international fan who also is enjoying the games of the Premier League in Nigeria. Well, Femi, let's come back to you now very quickly. Grassroots now, Youth Alive. We couldn't talk so much about Youth Alive last week, and I'm sure that a lot has been happening around the Youth Alive tournament.
Yes, it's entering its 5th week this weekend, and you need to see the energy at which these young lads play. I was particularly enthused when I watched the under-12s play. They just play exhibition. They are not competing, but usually they are the cutting, raising. So some of the under-12 boys there playing. And the most interesting thing was when the director of sports of the Lagos State Sports Council, Kwekutando, showed up, and it was as if they were playing the final. You need to see how passionate the young boys were. And he was asking them their names, the schools they play for. And the beautiful thing about it is that some of these kids are not in school, but this program helps them in getting into school due to some of the schools that participate, in the secondary school scale that will play with the academies as well. So they get mild scholarships and some form of subsidy too for some of the kids who have shown outstanding talents in there as well. Close to 14 academies in Lagos, have been competing in the last 5 weeks. We have River Dragons, Raptors Basketball Academy, Zion, the Warriors too. The Warriors, I think they are the only Premier League team that has an academy that is working. And I think kudos too must go to them for even looking back at the grassroots and developmental, basketball in that regard. We have Freedom Reign as well, and of course matches too will go on, this week in 2 different centers, 3 different centers. Beg your pardon. And we have in Roe Park. We also have another one at the Lukweju basketball court at the roundabout. And there's another one at Police College. So action, will resume from tomorrow by 3:30. After school hours, the kids will be trooping out. I'm always surprised when I go there on Friday, and I see these kids there. It's as if they're always ready from school with their uniforms. You see them quickly unloading their bags to get their kids on to play. And on Saturday, the whole day for basketball, man, it's so exciting. And the future of basketball in Lagos State particularly is very bright with this number, of kids coming out every day. You see the coaches yelling out instructions, kids playing with so much passion. They don't want to lose. You see them missing a layup and they are so mad at themselves. Because they come on, move on. And you see them running back.
That's how it should be.
It's so interesting to watch these guys. And guess what? They're not playing for anything. There's no monetary reward attached to it. You're just playing for that medal, and at the end of the day,
playing for fun.
Playing for fun.
Pure, undiluted basketball. Yes. Basketball in the purest state.
Exactly. And kudos must go to the organizers too. Private initiative, no sponsors, and they've been able to keep this for so long. It's running for, I think, the 8th year now, and I must say, well done to everyone that's been a part of this.
Okay, thank you so much, Femi, for that update. We'll get more next week.
By God.
Hopefully, more next week. All right, before we go on the break, a lot of comments on Twitter. Oyediji Oluwaseun, yes, that reminds me, Oyediji Oluwaseun is one of those that won the Aruna Quadri t-shirt. So we'll be expecting you to put it on and go and support Quadri when the Lagos tour begins. He sends a message on Twitter, thank God for his protection upon Kano Pillars team. But this is a pathetic story. May God heal our nation. Hashtag Sports Tonight. Ayodeji _Ghana at Ayo Ade says, hope no lives were lost. Thankfully, no lives were lost, although there were serious injuries. And the good news is that the players are responding. 5 of them, thank God, no lives were lost. And I think that's the story. Endurance Ogbemudia says, I wish Kano Pillars players quick recovery. Our prayers with them. That's Endurance Ogbemudia at Danfiazo. Ologbonshaye G. Sunday at the Wise Consult says, I really feel for Pillars for this unfortunate incident. I wish the injured players quick recovery. But he says the option of flying could be safer. Yeah, I think this throws up a whole lot around what we should be doing to make it safer for our players. Nobody is immune against robbery, no doubt. But then traveling long distances, we should begin to look at safer ways of doing all these things and improving the welfare of these players.